What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more MLB plays today over on PrizePicks, and we have been crushing it as of late. We've now had back-to-back days cashing a 5.75x in his YouTube videos. These were the free plays yesterday. Crochet, Merrill, and Machado all came through. The day before, we had this entry right here. We had Soto and Alonso, as well as you say, on the over. So we've cashed a 5.75x in back-to-back days. Basically pays for all the entries in these YouTube videos for the next 10 days at least. And of course, we had yet another amazing day over in the DubClub. So if you have not already used that coin from these free plays, go spend it on the DubClub. It's 50% off. It is a limited time. You guys can get in on even more winners from me that look just like this, or like that, or like that. We're going to run it right back and keep this run going. Let's hop in and let's go for back-to-back sweeps. If you guys have not already, leaving a like on this video, make sure that you do so, because I will drop a third play for you guys tomorrow if this video here gets to 150 likes. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, do that also while you're down there leaving a like. Make sure that you also have those notifications on. That way you get in before these lines get bumped to get removed. We have a lot of early games today too, so it's important to have those notifications on for these early games. So now with that out of the way, let's get to these plays. Just again, make sure that you join the DubClub if you have not already. It is 50% off for a limited time with the link in my description. The DubClub gives you access to all of my plays sent straight to your phone, and also access to my premium Discord. It's my VIP. You guys can get in right now for 50% off your first month or 60% off in the next 3 months if you use the link available in my description. When you join the DubClub, the first thing I recommend you do is connect your Discord to DubClub. That way you get access to all the different premium channels over in my Discord. That includes my correlation slips. You can get entries that look like these here. You see this one we had not yesterday, but the day before, 60 to 1,000 right there. You have this one right here, 75 to 430. Actually, it was one of the free plays there. You also have this underslip too, 75 to 431. You also get things like the underdog streaks. You get my promo slips, for example, for like Taco Tuesday and stuff, which we were able to cash out one of our slips for, I believe, 5.75x yesterday as well. If not 6x, might have been 6x actually. But you also get my community chat to talk to me and other members. I'm almost always in this chat, so if you just add me in the chat, I'll do my best to respond to you pretty damn fast. And you also get all my contributors' plays. That comes from Asmi's golf plays, Emo with WNBA. Elo with this soccer plays, which by the way, he just had a sweep yesterday. He's on a 17-0 run. He's been going crazy himself. That's one of the contributors here in the Discord. You also have Nerd Alert, Astronaut Doe, and Nev. Nev is some Waking Cash KBO plays. Nerd Alert is esports. Astronaut Doe posts a little bit of everything. So if you guys want to get in the DubClub right now, do so right now while I'm running this discount. I don't always offer this discount. In fact, it might be going away in a couple of days here. So don't miss out. Go get in right now for 50% off with the link in my description. A couple of spots left. And now with that out of the way, let's get to these free plays. Make sure you play responsibly and at your own risk. Leave a like on this video here and subscribe if you have not already. And let's get to these free plays. The first play like on the PrizePicks board for tonight's slate is going to be over in the fantasy score category, because today I'm going with Mr. Brent Rooker over 7-hitter fantasy score today. I think he's in a great spot against the Nationals today. This game is at 6:45 today. They are going to be favorites on the road, actually, going to the Nationals Park with an 8.5 run over-under and then being about a -144 favorite. So pretty good just game script, it looks like right here, the game preview. But you see that Rooker has actually had at least 7 fantasy in 51% of games so far this year. And in wins this year, he has actually been over this in 63%, including in his last 20 games, going over in 70%. And that also includes, by the way, 14 of his last 17 when the A's win. They're facing a guy making a season debut today in Cade Cavalli, so it should be already just a pretty good matchup, kind of pretty much just based off of that there. He has not pitched so far this year. He hasn't been in the majors for a while either, I don't think, too, if I'm not wrong about that. So the A's are in a great spot. I mean, they really are. I mean, it just makes a lot of sense with them facing a pitcher who hasn't seen much action, at least MLB type action. So you get matched up against the righty here. He's been slightly worse against righties this year, but not by much here. You can kind of see here his average, though, his batting average. It goes from 275 down to 264 against righties. Not really cause for concern for me, really at all. He's been great against righties, just overall, like especially in wins, too. He's been very good in. You see his hit runs and RBIs and how many times he's covered that. And by the way, I actually like his over 1.5 hit runs and RBIs. If I ever talk about a fantasy score, what I like instead is his runs and RBIs. Just know that from here going forward. Basically, I'm just going to be using the team stack that I've been doing in these YouTube videos as of late, which is why we cashed 5.75x in back-to-back days now. So it's going to lead me to my second play already here. I'm just going to hop right into it here since we don't have much to talk about the opposing pitcher today. That being Shea Langoliers over 6.5 hitter fantasy score. He has been Shea Bangoliers, including yesterday. He had 52 fantasy score yesterday. His line is 6.5 today. He had 52 yesterday. Just throw 7 points this way today, Shea. So he's in a pretty good spot, though. I mean, he's been killing it as of late. He's been ridiculous. You can see how good he's been as of late compared to just all season. In wins this year, he's actually been over this in 62%. Last 20, 70%. So you can just see how good he has been as of late. I mean, 52 fantasy score is friggin' ridiculous, as you can see there. But in away games this year, he's been a lot better, though, I will say. Like, if you look at away wins this year, he's been over in 79% of games. It's been pretty damn good. I will say, though, his batting average does drop down against righties. But again, I'm not really concerned. 272 batting average, but 235 against righties. Overall, though, he has still been killing it as of late, so I'm really not super concerned about really much about Shane Langoliers right now. He's been cashing for me pretty much every single time I've taken him as of late, so I'm going to go right back on the A's train here and take Brent Rooker as well as Shane Langoliers over their fantasy score at 7 and 6.5. I've been doing that a lot with these team stacks, is taking the 3 and the 4 spot. They're not confirmed to be batting in the 3 and the 4 spot, but that's what they're projected to be hitting at. So Rooker in the 3 spot, Langoliers in the 4 spot. They're in a great spot here, I think, in what should be a pretty good matchup for them. They're going to be on the road as a favorite, going against a guy making his MLB debut, at least the season debut, today. Before we get to my next play, if you're not yet on Sleeper, it's, in my opinion, one of the best apps out there right now. And if you sign up using promo code DOMG, you can get a first on the deposit up to $100 and a free square when you sign up. 18 years and older, available in most states. So we have a ton of promos on the board today. We have an MMA discount. We have a WNBA boost. Strider is boosted over strikeouts, as well as another MMA boost right there as well for takedowns. I would also probably expect other discounts today on the board, to be honest, with just how many promos that they offer. It feels like every day at this point. Sleeper is the best app out there, in my opinion, for promos, like by far. They also could offer a better payout than an app like PrizePicks, for example. Let's say, for example, that you like Robbie Ray over strikeouts and Taylor Rogers under outs. Pays out about 3.38x over on Sleeper compared to maybe 3x on PrizePicks. Maybe instead you like Luis Robert on the over there, as well as Robbie Ray on the over, or maybe even the under. We'll go with Robbie Ray under and Robert over. It pays out about 3.5x on Sleeper, again, compared to maybe 3x on PrizePicks. It's a very cool app. Go get it for yourself in my description, and use my promo code DOMG if you guys want to get that first on the deposit up to $100 and a free square when you sign up. And while we're on the topic, I should also mention that you could actually get a free month of my DubClub if you happen to use promo code DOMG on an app that I'm affiliated with. All you have to do is take a screenshot using my promo code and send that to domgpropsvip@gmail.com, and I can send you back a free month of my DubClub. So again, domgpropsvip@gmail.com, take a screenshot using my promo code and send it to my email. That way you guys can get in for a free month. All right, now getting to my pair for the A's today. This time we're going to go with yet another fantasy score, but this time not for a hitter. We're going to go with the pitcher fantasy score today. It's not loading here, but he is at 25.5 on the PrizePicks board. If you pair all three of these picks together in this video, and they all cash, pays out 5.75x over on PrizePicks. So Abbott has been over this line in 68% of games, as you can see here, which is pretty massive. And really what's going to come down to this for Abbott is going to be his outs today. So you can see he's been over his pitching outs in 47%. What I like for Abbott today is his over on his outs. But it just makes more sense to take the fantasy score with a 4-game difference, because if he goes over his outs today, it's going to be very, very hard for him to not also go over his fantasy score, if that kind of makes sense. So if you do not have PrizePicks available to you, what I like instead is his over outs today. But if you're on PrizePicks, man, those outs, I mean, I just pivot over to the fantasy score. It just makes a lot more sense to take that. You can see the correlation just straight up here between the outs as well as the fantasy score. I think almost all, if not every single game, he has been over his outs. He's also been over a fantasy score. If not, it's really damn close. So he gets a matchup against the Cubs today, which the Reds are actually trying to sweep the Cubs today. So it's a little bit interesting there. Pretty happy with that as a Brewers fan personally, but it just makes a lot of sense for where this bullpen is at for the Reds today, that they're going to want Abbott to go 18 outs in this game here. And if you don't know anything about outs, though, with the fantasy score, as long as they go 18 outs, they also get a +4 for the quality start, as long as you're giving up 3 or less earned runs, which is awesome for us there. I don't necessarily think the Reds win this game. I do think he probably gives up, 2, maybe 3 earned runs, but probably 2 or less earned runs today here against the Cubs. He's actually been very good himself this year at not giving up too many runs. In the past, though, against Chicago, he has actually not given up more than that. He's played them twice this year, where he's had 1 earned run allowed, as well as a 0. In those games, he had 17 and 18 outs. Or, I'm sorry, not 18. He actually had 21 outs in that game. But his fantasy score lines there, he covered in both those games. So he did not even go 18 outs in this game, yet still covered his fantasy score there by 0.5 against the Cubs there. So he's had 26 and 55 fantasy score against the Cubs already this year. He's going to be on the road. Last time he was on the road in Chicago, back in May 30th, and he had 55 fantasy scores. So I think he's in a pretty good spot to hopefully just, slow down the Cubs today. That's pretty much going to do it. It's going to be Brent Rooker over fantasy score, as well as Shea Langoliers, also known as Bangaliers, over his fantasy score at 6.5, and Andrew Abbott over his fantasy score at 26.5 today. So I think both these guys, or all three of these guys, are in a great spot. By the way, I bet it's 25.5, not 26.5. But I think all of them are in a great spot today. Hoping to cash out for the third straight time in these YouTube videos and go for back-to-back sweeps. If you guys have not already joined the DubClub, be sure to do so with the link available in my description. It is at 50% off for a limited time, or you can get in right now for 60% off if you guys choose the 3-month option instead. You guys get all my plays over here in the Discord, as well as just sent to you through DubClub, so come join us. Link will be available in the description for the DubClub. Come cash with us. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys hopefully in the next video. Best of luck. If you want to make over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, watch this video on your screen right here.